Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm going to paint a hen. I'll link the reference photo in this video's description. I like it because I don't know what to call it. I'm going to call it rim lighting. That can be really fun to paint. I'm going to try and exaggerate it. Plus, I'm thinking about calling it hair flip because the comb on the top is going off to the side. It's kind of like, hey girl. Makes me laugh. I'm going to paint it on a 12-inch by 12-inch cradled wood panel from U.S. Art Supply. I've got clear gesso on it. I don't know, you can't really hear it. 1.5 inches thick. I printed out the reference photo, cropped. Oh, you can't really tell. I need to tape it together. And I'm going to trace it on. And I think, since it's a pretty simple, it's going to be a pretty, here, this might show you. It's going to be a pretty simple portrait, which I do a lot of. I think I'm going to put the traceable on first. I could paint the background. I think I'm going to do that. Okay, guys, let's have some fun. Let's set the table. I'm using pretty close to primary colors. They're all Liquitex. Phthalo blue-green shade. I put way too much of that out. Plus it's getting a little old, so I put some matte medium and water in it to smooth it out. It's feeling a little sticky, looking a little lumpy. Quinacridone Magenta. That's not quite a primary red. And Cad Yellow medium hue. Titanium white Mars black. I hardly used any black. So I started with white, a little bit of phthalo blue-green shade. I put in both quinacridone and yellow because orange is the complement of blue to mute it down. I also put a little black in it to mute it down. And then I pulled some out and put some more quinacridone in it to make it more purple. I used a 3/4 inch flat brush from Royal and Langnickel. Oh, I was gonna see what line it is. It just came in a pack. It doesn't say that it has a line. Probably soft grip, maybe is the line. And just did up and down strokes. And then I had written the word love in yellow chalk pastel. And so I got some greenish. And then I also put a little yellow in just to bring the green around. I wasn't planning on putting green in the background, but I think it's fun. It's just a little subtle change. I have a little bit of a blue-purple periwinkle color down here. Just up and down strokes. I'm gonna start a new palette and keep my background colors in case I need it. Because I'm gonna need a lot of a raw sienna type color. I won't need much for the comb and waddle. I can make that work with this palette. Okay, I'm gonna start a new palette and I think that sets the table. I'll be back in a bit. I have a couple of thoughts. First, I got out a new, sorry guys, I got out a new palette. Oh, I am so close. My phone is, oh gosh, 8 inches, really close to the, here, maybe we'll do this. We're gonna wiggle, guys. Be prepared, I'm gonna move the phone back. Okay, now you can see the palette better. I started a new palette just so I'd have room. So same colors. I did put out some raw sienna. I'm gonna kind of turn it a little bit. I'm not quite there yet, but I mixed a raw sienna color in case you don't have it. And so this has a little bit of white in it. So I started with a little bit of white, a little bit of quinacridone, a little bit of yellow, mixed it up and put in just the teeniest bit of black, and it went to yellow, greeny, gray. So put in, or yeah, it went to kind of greeny. So I put almost this red orange in it, and I just kind of kept playing with it to see. And right now I think it needs to go, oh, it's really close depending on how I turn it. It's really close. And I just kept going a little redder, a little yellower, teeny bit of black. And it'll vary a little bit depending on the paint brands and things you use. Or you can just put out raw sienna. Okay, the other neat thing is when you add black to Quinacridone Magenta, these are all Liquitex, you get a pretty dark purple for shadows. So I've been putting that in. This is a red-orange I mixed, just more cad yellow, medium hue. You could use primary yellow and Quinacridone Magenta, or if you have a primary red, that'll work. And then so this brown is basically mixing orange with black without putting any white in it. And then you can go more red or more yellow with the brown. And then what I'm doing, which I wanted to also mention, all right, I'm going to get closer, you guys. Hopefully, let me know if it's annoying that I'm moving my camera in real time. Okay, hopefully you can see that pretty well. I think this is done. I might still mess with it. Here, oh gosh. Let's see if we can get this in here. That comb on the top of the chicken's head is warmer where it's flopped over and catching more of the sunlight, and pinker where it isn't. So I like that a lot. Oh, sorry, I just bumped my arm. So I have more yellows in here, and then sometimes I would put kind of orange over it. I came in and put some darker shadows. I might get rid of these white highlights. I'm gonna leave them for now. And then same with this, you know, I put in the white highlights, just like I'm doing this motion, just lightly put in some paint, barely have any paint on my brush, and play with the values. I glazed yellow over this a couple times to warm it up. I love this direction and expression. It just makes me laugh. But what I'm doing too, that got a little complicated. I'm painting this light shape, and then I'm painting, it's almost a triangle shape, darker. And then this is kind of a teardrop shape. I've made it darker 2 or 3 times. And then I just come back and put in layers and change the values. Now you don't have to paint that way. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. And I tend to do this with, especially on chickens, with the face, the comb and waddle, because it's fun. And then I'm gonna try and paint this even looser. I did put in quite a few feathers. Like down in here, I drew in quite a few feathers. But I don't know. I've been aiming, just pushing myself, oh gosh, maybe for the last couple of years to work on values. So I'm working on the values and the shapes here. And then I've been pushing myself to paint looser just because I don't do that naturally. As a kid, I was a drawer. In high school, I loved drawing. I really didn't like painting as much. Of course, now I'm 61, so a lot of things change over time. That's just things I've been pushing myself to do, just to challenge myself and to hopefully grow as an artist. You can go back and look at just my old YouTube thumbnails, sort them by oldest, and I think you can see what I've been focusing on improvement. My drawing skills have been pretty good from the get-go. Okay. Oh, and I'm using a number 1 round from Princeton. I think it came in a pack. I think I got it at Michael's. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm just doing lots of detail. Okay, guys, hopefully some of those comments help. I think this face is just the best. And I like that I am getting a glow. I don't know if darkening this is going to make it glow more. I think I really need to paint in the rest of the face. And I don't know if this eye is done. Oh, here, maybe you want to see even, I don't know if it'll focus, but maybe more square. It could be done. I mean, really, it could be done. Because sorry, guys. If I'm gonna paint the rest of this chicken looser, it really, as I'm saying to myself, it really could be done already. Okay, guys. I'll be back in a bit. let's chat for a couple minutes. So what am I doing? What am I thinking? I'm putting yellow where the sun is hitting the hen. I might need to adjust the values. I don't know how many times I adjusted the values up in here. I ended up making this area much darker. I'm looking for something to point with than it is in the reference photo, so I could get the waddle to come forward. Here. Well, here, I'll show you the reference photo. I don't know how that's going to look in the video. Oh, that looks really dark when I look in the video. I'm also tilting it away from the windows. When I look at it in person, it doesn't look as dark. But I like it because it helped these come forward. And I don't know how many times I have changed the color and changed the value on that one. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, I wanted to comment. Let's see. I don't know. I've gone over a couple spots. I was gonna show you where it looks kind of thin, but I've painted over a couple layers already, so I don't think you'll be able to see it. Yeah, that was thinner with one thin layer of paint, but I don't know how many layers the head has, and I think the head took me 3.5 hours. I started it yesterday, worked on it hour and a half, 2 hours today. And then the rest of this, the rusty parts, what time is it? I've probably been working on for about an hour and a half. I'm using a 3/4 inch flat brush from Royal and Lang Nickel. It came in a pack of 4 or 5 brushes. And I'm getting what looks like, by watching my brush stroke direction, I'm getting what looks like feathers. And I'm sort of working dark to light, or maybe back like these or underneath these. All of this will be underneath what's on the neck, that kind of thing. Sort of dark to light, what's behind to front. I need to mix more colors or drying out. I don't know if I'll start a new palette or just scrape it off and mix fresh. I ended up just combining my raw sienna mix with the raw sienna. Here, I think we'll just do a little tour, even though I did show you I'm gonna mist this with just a little bit of water. Of course, that water can make it dry out faster too. It's kind of helps and it doesn't help. So I showed you that. Let's see if I can kind of square it up. And then I'll get you a little closer on this side. I don't know how much I'm going to refine. Let's get it all in first. See what I think. I am going to, I don't know if you can see that right there. Yeah, like the little white highlight. I'm going to put some of those in. I like that. Hints at the vein. I don't think they call it the vein, but the vein in the feather. Oh, and the other thing, well, here, I'll wait till I'm going to probably try to bring this up in value. It is against a similar value background, so I don't know. Like I said, I just need to get more of it in. Let's see, did I mess up the tour? And then I already showed you maybe you want to look at the eyes. The eyes, I think that face is done. I put a little blue in the beak, which was my next thought, is I think I'm going to want to put a little blue or purple in here if I can figure it out. It may not need it too. It's just a portrait of a hen. And I've got a little green back here. Maybe I can just put some green in here. Okay, guys, hopefully some of those comments help. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'm looking at my phone and I think the lighting is good. I think I ended up painting in quite a few feathers and I didn't really want to do that, but I did it out of safety, feeling more safe. And I think what I'm going to do is like I did with blue and yellow macaw. I'll link that painting in this video's description. And I think I'm going to paint out some of the feathers and darken so I get more drama. Right now I'm pretty close to values with the reference photo. I put in some aqua, but I don't think I like it. I can always paint it out. This part I think is good. It's easier too. It's easier feathers, just brush stroke direction. There, oops, I'm getting sun. Here, if I bring it over there, maybe you can see the aqua right here. I did paint on the side, but I'm not too worried about that. I think that looks great. Oh goodness, I should have shut my blinds. Well, I'm still getting it would still come through the blinds. Oh, I did paint on the bottom, but it's not very detailed either. So I'm gonna take a break for dinner. This is the next day. I probably won't be back until tomorrow. Just thought I'd pop in, and I think if I like darken this up, I can almost glaze it. You know what I could do? Because I could bring in some of this purple color. That's why I did the aqua. I was thinking about trying to bring in some of the blue. Maybe I kind of glaze it with my background color. That might not be dark enough. Okay guys, I'll be back in a bit. I'm calling it done. Let's see. Let's start here. I lightened up the neck values and rounded it a little more. I like that better. And then I darkened, down here. I think it gives it weight. Plus this corner isn't nearly as important as this area. And I also like that I darkened it. It's not quite like the reference photo anymore, but I like that it has more weight, more contrast up here. Although, as I said before, the face is going to pull a lot of attention. I thought I'd paint out more of the feathers than I did, but they're quite loose. I also like that I put in, I had painted purple, glazed purple over some of these feathers. I did end up putting a little straight up blue, but it just wasn't tying in the background, so I put in a couple of blue swipes. I think that helps. Plus, I like it. It's kind of like confetti. I would splatter every painting because it's fun and I like the look, but this is sort of, it's not splatter, but it kind of has that happy feel to it. I don't know how many times I put in this line and then it dries darker because I'm using thin paint, so it's going to dry darker. I think what's left is a tour. Oh, I lightened this a little more. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned, a day or two ago that I darkened this to help the waddle stick out. I think that's about it. See if I can hold it square. It's a gray day, I could turn on this light. I don't know if that's better or worse, but you can look at it that way. I probably should have turned on the light. Oh, I don't have the overhead lights on. I was so anxious to paint, I didn't turn all the lights on. See, I don't know if I can get a screenshot here. I'm gonna move my phone back. Sorry about the wiggling. Try to move it smooth. Okay, can I get it square? Oh, maybe. That's pretty good. Grab that for a traceable or use a photo. I would use the photo. But sometimes people want a screenshot. Okay. I'm laughing because I'm having a hard time lining it up. Here, let's just go really close. That is just, that face is so fun to me. Hopefully it's focusing. It might be too close to where my phone won't. Okay, let me know if you like the tour. I like if I go to a museum or an art fair, a gallery, I like looking at a painting I'm interested in up close. I was worried the background was a little too plain. I'm gonna back up here. I do like how dark this is, and I like the purple glaze over it. That's fun. I just push the values more. Of course, that's just personal preference. I've been doing that for maybe a couple years now. You can see the progress on YouTube. I still like doing that. It's neat how just those loose strokes or maybe a little outline makes a feather. And you don't have to really say them all, just some value changes make the feather. Okay, let's see if you can see it if I set it back down again. So I put a little light dot there. Oh, I don't know if you can even see it. Right there, if you can see it. A line, a dot. I might reinforce that again. It was a stronger stroke. There's a little kind of square there and a swipe there. Okay, guys, let me know if you give this a try. Sitting here, I can see the value changes of the little shapes I put in the background. Hopefully you can in the video. I super appreciate your support. It's so fun to connect with you. And I couldn't be a full-time artist without all of you. It means the world to me. Great, big, happy art hugs. And I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.